I made a total of $247,000 as a day trader. Then I quit, and it was the best financial decision I ever made. In this video, I'm going to tell you the truth about day trading, what it's really like, what it takes to become profitable, and why many YouTube day traders make it look like it's easy when it's really the opposite. I'm also going to tell you how to spot dubious financial advice and show you an easy, stress-free way to grow long-term wealth that actually lasts. Day trading is often sold as one of the easiest ways to get rich quick, whether it's trading stocks, crypto, commodities, or some other asset. And it does sound very easy. All you have to do is buy low and sell high, right? But how do you know which way the price is going to go? My dad used to say day trading is nothing but gambling. And he was right, but he was also wrong. He was right in that neither a beginning trader buying their very first stock nor a seasoned trader Goldman Sachs knows the outcome of their trade in advance, which by definition makes a trade a bet. But my dad was also wrong because unlike roulette or blackjack, markets are not completely random either. After 9/11, all airline stocks went down. During COVID, the stock price of Zoom and Netflix went sky high. And after Russia invaded Ukraine, the stock price of German weapons manufacturer Rheinmetall doubled in 2 months. Are these all coincidences or are they a rational reaction to new data points? Fact is, markets are moved by both rational and irrational forces. The rational part is fed by all kinds of data. Fed interest rate decisions, job figures, inflation numbers, quarterly profit figures, geopolitical developments, takeover rumors, etc. If you know how to interpret this data, you can place better bets on the market. The irrational part is the human factor, fear, greed, herd behavior. It's why markets crash harder than the news justifies and rally further than the fundamentals support. Why a CEO's tweet can wipe out billions in market cap and a stock can triple in a week for no other reason than that it's trending. No spreadsheet can model this reliably because the moment you think you figured out the crowd changes its mind. Then there's the price data. For day traders, price action is everything. Price action tells you a story. It tells you where the price has struggled to break through in the past, where it has bottomed out before, how much momentum it has right now, and how much interest there is from buyers and sellers. All of this is data you can use to make better informed trades. If you're a skilled trader who knows how to use this data, you're no longer just gambling, you're gambling with an edge. But to get to the point of being a skilled trader is very difficult. And the cold hard truth you won't hear from day trading gurus showing off on YouTube while trying to sell you their expensive courses is that the vast majority of day traders never become profitable. A study from Berkeley into day trading found that only 1.6% of day traders were profitable in any average year. And a landmark study from the University of Sao Paulo found that 97% of day traders who traded for more than 300 days lost money. Only 1% earned more than the minimum wage, and only 0.5% earned more than the starting salary of a bank teller. And the very small part of day traders that actually do become profitable have to really work for it. The consensus among proprietary trading firms is that it takes professionally trained traders around 1 to 2 years to reach profitability, and self-taught traders around 2 to 3 years. But here's the thing, 80% of all day traders quit within the first 2 years. In other words, the vast majority of day traders quits before they even have a chance to become profitable. Now, I didn't know any of this when I started day trading. I wasn't working in finance or anything. I'd actually graduated law school, but I didn't want to become a lawyer. Something for another video. I was earning a living as a professional poker player when I first heard about making money day trading currencies. It sounded really easy and so I jumped right in. I was a little younger back then and a little more rash. I made a couple of lucky trades that earned me a few $100 and I was hooked. I thought it was God's gift to day trading, but within a few weeks my profits were gone and I started racking up losses. It was actually not that different from when I first started playing poker. To get better at poker, I'd read dozens of books, watched thousands of hours of poker tournament footage and mercilessly analyzed every terrible hand I played in online games. It was tough, but eventually it had started paying off. So with currency trading, I did the same thing. I went, all in, to use a poker term. I read dozens of books on trading strategies, technical analysis, chart patterns, and price action trading. I learned about risk management and trading psychology, how markets worked, what moved markets, and why. Basically, everything I could get my hands on. It took me a long time to become profitable. Becoming a profitable trader is not something you can learn in a couple of months or with some trading course, no matter how good it may be. I wrote a best-selling book myself about Forex trading that was translated into several languages, but the one thing I make clear in the introduction is that you're not going to get rich just by reading my book. The book is a primer. It prepares you and teaches you a lot of stuff I had to learn the hard way. Some would say, the stupid way. But at the end of the day, you can only learn how to become a profitable trader by trading a lot and learning from every trade you do, especially the bad ones. And you can only do that by being singularly and obsessively focused on becoming a better trader. I'm not going to hawk my book here, that's not why I made this video, but if you want to know more about currency trading, I'll leave a link to the English version in the description. Now, as I said, most professional traders agree it takes self-taught traders at least 2 years to become profitable, if at all. But once you are profitable, it's still a full-time job. You can't be a successful day trader by just trading an hour every day, contrary to what some online day traders want you to believe. When I was a day trader, I spent anywhere from 3 to 5 hours a day on actual trading, depending on market developments and positions I was holding, and another 1 or 2 hours on prep, catching up on financial news, reviewing my trades, and things like that. For a few years, I really loved it, until I didn't. It started to become a grind, like chasing ticks and pips every day to eke out a decent income. It wasn't all that different from my poker days, really, and I had left the poker grind for the same reason. It had become boring. I was making money, yes, but it still cost me something, because all those hours I spent chasing a profit, I couldn't spend on doing something else, like making money a different way, or learning new skills, or just, enjoying myself doing other things. That's the big difference with passive investing, where you make money without it costing you any time. With passive investing, your money compounds while you sleep. Eventually, day trading became such a drag I decided to quit, and I haven't looked back since. Now, this may be different for you. You might love day trading so much, you'll still love it 3 years from now, or 5 years from now, or 10 years from now. I'm only telling you this to show you that at the end of the day, it's still just a job. And to get to the level where you make a fairly comfortable living doing that job will take hundreds, if not thousands of hours. There are no real shortcuts. I mean, books can help you avoid a few big mistakes beginning traders often make. They can teach you a few effective trading strategies or proper risk management, things like that. But you'll still have to do all the heavy lifting yourself. The truth is that if you have a full-time job, there are much better ways to grow wealth than to learn how to trade in your off hours. And if you're unemployed or a student and have a lot of time on your hands, there are also much better ways to build long-term wealth. So why do many YouTube traders make it look so easy knowing that it's not? To be fair, not all of them do. Some are upfront and admit that more than 90% of day traders never become profitable and that it takes at least 2 years to learn. But even the ones who are upfront still try to sell you expensive courses and paid memberships. Why? Because there's a market for it. They're just providing what their audience is desperate to get: advice, guidance, help. But the dirty little secret that none of those YouTube traders will tell you is that they're making much more money from their affiliate commissions, their course and their paid memberships than they do from trading. In fact, there are probably plenty of YouTube traders who barely break even with their trading, but are absolutely crushing it in paid memberships. In other words, their main source of revenue isn't day trading, it's you. When I was still day trading, I didn't invest at all. An 8 to 10% annual return seemed very low to me. I thought I could make more using the money I made to take larger positions in the markets. In hindsight, this was one of the biggest financial mistakes I made in my life, because although it was true that I could make more as an active trader, it also took up a big portion of my time. Say you could make $1,000 a week doing nothing, or $2,000 a week working full-time. What would you pick? Most of us would probably choose option 1. The smart and ambitious ones among us might even think, I'll take that $1,000 a week and then I'll find a side hustle that takes me a few hours a day to make another $2,000. That's basically what long-term investing comes down to: earning money while doing other things. Now, there are a lot of YouTube finance channels that claim they will help you get rich by telling you which stocks and cryptocurrencies to invest in, but don't fall for this. Active investing, just like day trading, takes time and skill to learn. And unless you have the time and ambition to learn those skills, you should stay away from stock picking. And you definitely shouldn't buy a stock just because someone else recommends it. Always do your own research. That means reading the company's 10K and 10Q, or, at the very least have AI read it for you and then give you the headlines. It means checking the debt load, the profit margins, whether revenue growth is real or just a matter of accounting tricks, how the company's figures stack up against those of their peers. Being a successful stock picker is real work, and there are far easier ways to grow long-term wealth. The easiest way of all is to just invest it in a low-cost index fund. You'd be amazed to see what $500 a month can grow to in 25 years. It may not be as fast as what that YouTube trader promises you with his proven trading course, evidenced by the hundreds of smiling people on his website, but unlike that promise, this chart is real, and getting there will cost you far less. So instead of spending hundreds of hours and thousands of dollars trying to become a profitable day trader or active investor, it's much smarter to spend your extra time starting a side hustle and then invest that extra money in an index fund. That's how you build real long-term wealth. The one big financial regret I have is that I didn't start investing sooner, especially for my retirement. Everyone retires eventually, and if I'd put even $500 a month of my trading profits in a tax-advantaged retirement account, that money could have easily compounded to over $1 million by the time I retire. And it would have cost me nothing aside from that $500. No time, zero effort, no trade prep, no tick chasing, no trade reviewing, nothing. The money would have just compounded on its own, month after month, year after year. But it's never too late to start. I've been investing for the last 10 years and I've made a very healthy return on my long-term investments. Most of my long-term investments are in broad market index funds that track the US stock market and international markets. I also invest in a dividend ETF and a few specialized ETFs. What I do not invest in is individual stocks. I just don't need the hassle. I'm into finance, otherwise I wouldn't be doing this channel. I love finance. I love staying up to date with financial news and technological and geopolitical developments and identifying new opportunities. If I identify something that I think has real potential, I find a specialized ETF that covers it and I invest in it. I reserve about 15% of my portfolio for specific market bets like that. But they are all long-term bets. I don't trade funds actively. And like I said, I never pick individual stocks. Investing in individual stocks gives me stress. I have to keep an eye on those stocks. I might be tempted to sell them if they're faltering or buy more when they're doing well. And I don't want to babysit my investments. So I stick with exchange-traded funds and long-term bets and spend the rest of my time doing other things like launching this channel. If you take just one thing away from this video, I hope it's that you should start investing in broad market index funds as soon as possible and stay away from active trading altogether. Unless you're really into it and are prepared to spend a lot of hours learning how to do it. If you want to know which index funds are in my long-term investment portfolio, check out this video. And if you're a day trader with similar or perhaps very different experiences, share it in the comments below so that others can learn from you. Keep building long-term wealth smarter and faster, and I'll catch you at the next one.